In this run, I will be using the Treeface from Dragon Quest as a Pokémon in Ruby. The Treeface is playable in all the Monsters games, and he is a recruitable dungeon boss in the original Terry's Wonderland as well as its 3DS remake. He has surprisingly high max stats for an early game boss, and since I don't want his base stat total to be in the 600s, I've nerfed all of his stats except HP and defense by 1 multiplier. So, he will have 132 HP, 99 attack, 56 defense, 102 special attack, 60 special defense, and 80 speed. These make a total of 529, which is on par with the final form starters. Due to the way growth tables work in the original Monsters game, higher index numbers aren't always better. As you can see, 11, 12, and 17 are among the best, while higher numbers like 19 and 20 are pretty bad. And his attack and wisdom just happen to be 11 and 17. His level up moves are based on the Green Finger skill set in the 3D remake, plus some of the skills he uses as a boss. Pause the video here for details. He uses Boulder Bash, Weird Dance, and Sizzle as a boss, hence Rock Throw, Spite, and some fire moves. Scary Face is a must for theme, although he's already pretty fast. I didn't give him too many TM moves, except for the grass and dark ones, and the generic normal ones that most Pokémon can learn. Worth noting is that there are no offensive dark-type TMs in Gen 3. All the standard solo run rules apply. For the sake of consistency, I'll set up a Treeface with a neutral nature, perfect IVs, and pre-applied EVs. Natures are pointless when I can edit the base stats directly. EVs will be evenly spread between defense, special attack, and special defense. His typing will obviously be grass and dark, which is actually a terrible combination due to its number of weaknesses. I gave him the Insomnia ability to fit his theme, and to disable the use of rest. Also, to balance his high base stats, I've given him weak stab moves and no reliable way to boost his own stats. His strongest stab moves, besides Solar Beam, are Giga Drain and Feint Attack, with only 60 power. The Rock Gym is trivial, since I'm using a grass type, and the Bullet Seed TM is just outside the city. Roxanne gives the TM for Rock Tomb, but it's an awful move in Gen 3, with only 50 power and 80% accuracy. It's just a worse version of the Rock Throw I already have, since I have no need to lower the enemy's speed. The Fighting Gym is actually quite hard due to my typing and poor defense. They resist both Rock Throw and Pursuit, and Bullet Seed only has 10 base power in this gen instead of 25. Brawly gives the TM for Bulk Up, but it makes 0 sense for a tree to learn it. By the way, I put the Treeface in the 1.64 million experience group, same as Breloom. This group levels up the quickest in the beginning, but it slows down significantly after level 50 or so. The second rival battle shouldn't be a problem, since I still have Rock Throw to deal neutral damage to his Combusken, and I have plenty of HP to tank whatever he throws at me. Watson's Gym could be a roadblock for grass types, thanks to his Steel-type Magnemite and Magneton, but I've kept Ember to deal with them. Note that Steel resists both Ghost and Dark until Gen 5, and only in Gen 6 did it lose those resistances. I clearly won't be able to one-shot his Magneton with Ember, so I've equipped a Cherry Berry to heal Paralysis. Watson gives the TM for Shockwave, but since no Grass type can learn it for some reason, I didn't make it compatible. The first Maxi fight is easy due to how underleveled his team is, but his Mightyena likes to use Sand Attack, which could get annoying. The second fight against him will be much harder, since his entire team counters my typing. The Fire Gym took me a few tries, because I simply don't have any good moves against her Torkoal. I could relearn Rock Throw or just use the Rock Tomb TM, but Torkoal has 140 base defense, and I have no stab or attack EVs. Her Slugma is not a guaranteed one-shot with secret power, and if they set up Sunny Day or Light Screen, I'm basically toast. Her Torkoal can also paralyze me with Body Slam and use Attract to stop me from attacking. Paralysis plus Attract means I only have about a 33% chance of being able to attack, and the first Overheat in Sunlight can do well over half to me. Since the Akka Berry didn't exist yet, and I don't have access to the Mental Herb, my best solution is to equip a Cherry Berry again, so I can heal Paralysis once. With some lucky damage rolls on her Slugma and Attract rolls against her Torkoal, I was finally able to win. Flannery gives the Overheat TM, but I didn't make it compatible because I let the Treeface learn Heatwave naturally as a stand-in for Causizzle. Overheat is terrible in a solo run anyway, due to the special attack drop after use. The normal gym is usually a free win if you have moves that don't miss, or just no protect, because the second slacking almost always uses Focus Punch, unless you resist fighting. They do have a lot of HP, and Norman has 2 Hyper Potions, but I can heal myself with Mega Drain as well. The Vigoroth can't do much, even with a boosted Facade. Norman gives the TM for Facade, but Secret Power is better since it has secondary effects based on the terrain, and I don't want to keep a status ailment in a solo run. The rival in these games is incredibly weak. He only has 3 unevolved Pokémon at levels lower than some of the random encounters in the area. The reason I kept Ember until now is because I need something to deal with Winona's Skarmory, which doubly resists grass. Again, Steel resists Ghost and Dark in this gen, so Feint Attack won't do much to it. This is still a fight that could go pear-shaped quickly if I get confused and allow her Altaria to set up Dragon Dance. But luckily, her Pelipper missed Supersonic, and her Altaria didn't pick Dragon Dance. The Aerial Ace TM is useless to me. I'm a tree. Here's the last rival fight, and he still doesn't have a fully evolved starter. Sure, they wanted Wally to be your real rival in these games, but they could at least have given him a full team and a fully evolved starter. I can't fight the Psychic Gym without at least 2 Pokémon, so I just grabbed a random HM Mule. Since I'm a Dark type, they can't hit me with their Psychic moves, and while their Solrock knows Flamethrower, its special attack is dreadful. They give the TM for Calm Mind, but it doesn't make sense for a tree with an angry face to learn it. The second Maxi fight is quite luck dependent, because his Mightyena can confuse me with Swagger if I fail to one-shot it, and I have nothing good against his Crobat. I'm also pretty sure his Camerupt can one-shot me with Eruption at full health, but it's too slow to go first. Well, Giga Drain was a one-shot on his Mightyena, which made things a lot easier. Wait, does his Camerupt not know Eruption, or at least something like Fire Blast in this fight? The Water Gym is an easy sweep, since I'm a grass type that can also heal myself. The only potential threat is Ice Beam Freezing, but that's only a 10 or 20% chance, and you can defrost on your own in these games. I don't know why they give you Water Pulse so late in this game, after you already got Surf. It's an awful move without the Mega Launcher ability, which doesn't even exist in this gen. The Wally battle at the end of Victory Road is another luck-based fight. His entire team can inflict status ailments, including poison, sleep, paralysis, confusion, and the worst of all, Leech Seed. Fortunately, I'm a grass type, so I can't be seeded. Secret Power is a physical move, but it does not make contact, and it has a 30% chance to stun in caves. Magneton is the one I'm most afraid of, but luckily, it didn't paralyze me, and it missed Supersonic. Here are my stats and moves for the Pokémon League. My defenses are pretty bad even with EVs, but I have a lot of HP to compensate for them. The real problem is my many weaknesses and lack of powerful stab moves. I learned Brick Break for Sydney, but his Mightyena has Intimidate and likes to spam Sand Attack. I don't know what moves his Absol has, but if it has Mega Horn, then the only way I can win is by fishing for a critical or a miss on his side. Brick Break still does over half after Intimidate, and he didn't use Sand Attack, which is a good sign. And his Absol just used Snatch, so I win even if it has Mega Horn, since I'm faster. I gave the Treeface Heatwave at level 58, which is the closest substitute for Cassizzle. It will be invaluable for Glacia and Steven, but I think it only has 70% accuracy in this gen, like Blizzard. I don't have Taunt for Phoebe, but I can heal myself, so even if I don't one-shot her first Dusclops and it uses Curse, I should still be able to win. Well, it's a one-shot, so it clearly doesn't have special defense EVs, if any EVs at all. I have the type advantage, so the rest of her team is trivial. I actually meant to use the PP up on Synthesis, not Heatwave, but it doesn't matter. Lists are hard on 4 times game speed. Glacia is easily the worst member of the league, thanks to the small number of ice types in these games. I do need to land Heatwave on her first Glalie though, because if I miss and it sets up Light Screen, I'll be in a lot of trouble. I didn't miss, and Giga Drain will take care of her 3 water types. I have no idea why Ice doesn't resist Grass, but I suppose Grass is already one of the most resisted types in the game. I have nothing good against Drake, and his Flygon and Salamence no Flamethrower, so I might have to resort to using Skill Swap and Rest. But before I do that, let's just see if Feint Attack and Synthesis can carry me through the fight. Feint Attack doesn't even do half to his Flygon, which is not looking good since his Altaria has much higher special defense, and his Salamence has much more HP. I got pretty lucky there. He missed Fly, and then used Crunch instead of Flamethrower or anything else. But his Altaria landed a critical Dragon Breath and paralyzed me. If I don't lose too many turns to paralysis, I should still be able to win against a single Altaria, which has low attack stats. I don't need to change my moves for Steven. Heatwave should easily one-shot his lead Skarmory, so I won't need to equip a Pecha Berry for Toxic. Or maybe I should, since Heatwave is prone to missing, and his Cradley has Sludge Bomb. I didn't know this thing had Confuse Ray as well. I never used it in any game, and I've never seen it used in PvP either. I like using weird Pokémon such as Masquerain in PvP, but Cradley is just one of those poorly designed Pokémon with awful typing, and badly distributed stats that can't really do anything. His Claydol only has Earthquake and Ancient Power, so I'll just stall out its light screen before taking it down. His Aggron and Metagross can't do much, so this should be in the bag if I don't miss all my heat waves. So, this has been a fun run, even though I had to nerf the Treeface's base stats. He has surprisingly high max stats in the GBC games, and if directly scaled to Pokémon stats, he would have a total of around 600, like the legendaries. Next time, I'll try a weird-looking monster with the exact opposite problem, and see if it will work. Thanks for watching.